Well, hi there, food friends. It's Kevin.
Hi, food friends. It's Ralph helping out behind the camera.
Yeah, and welcome to Cavalcade at Home. So, welcome, Ralph.
Thank you, and welcome to our friends out there to your actual home kitchen.
Yes, my actual home kitchen here, and Ralph's here helping out because we've got my brother and some friends coming over, and we're having a nice big meal, including ham, Polish meatballs, cream spinach. By the way, all these recipes we've done over the years, but one thing I'm making, Ralph, that we haven't done, and this is a recipe that my mom made frequently, especially for Easter, Christmas, potlucks, she called it potatoes supreme. Now, some people call it cheesy potatoes.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so it's a dish of many names.
But in many families, we have it for many of our potluck gatherings, too.
I think one of your sisters or sister-in-laws make this, and they call it cheesy potatoes. So, but it's the same idea. It's a casserole. So, oven to 375 degrees, okay? It bakes in a 9 by 12 baking dish, or a 9 by 13, either one, that's been sprayed with nonstick spray. And we're just going to put everything together. What Mom loved about this was its ease. It certainly wouldn't count as anything gourmet, but I'll tell you what, it's a crowd pleaser.
Yeah.
So we start, Ralph, I've got here in this mixing bowl, I've got 1 2-pound bag of diced potatoes. Okay, these are called Southern style hash browns. You see how they're cubed like this?
Ah, yes.
Now you have to be careful. In the store they also sell something called Potatoes O'Brien. Some stores do, which are also these cubed potatoes, but it's got onions and green peppers in it. You don't want this. You just want the plain Southern style hash brown.
They're called hash browns?
I think that's what they're called, yeah. Or sometimes it just says Southern style potatoes. But they are just a diced potato, a 2-pound bag.
So you're going right from the freezer into the bowl?
Yeah, now I will tell you what I normally do, and Mom did this, is I put these in the bowl maybe a half an hour or so, just to let them thaw a little bit, because sometimes when they come out of the package, they're in a big clump. You know what I mean? And all frozen together, and it makes it hard to mix.
Harumph to that clump. Yeah, you don't want a big clump.
No, you're right. Harumph to the clump. We want it mixable. So I'm just going through and making sure that all these cubes are separated. Okay? So now to the cubes, we're going to start with, I've got a diced onion here. And you want an onion that is medium to large or large, okay? Because the onion is a flavor. This isn't, sometimes the onion's in the background. You want to taste a little onion in every bite of this, okay?
Onion forward.
Yeah, exactly. This is an onion forward dish. So, 1 large diced onion. Then we've got some things that are going to kind of hold it all together here. The first is cream of chicken soup. Okay? Now, if you wanted to keep this meatless or vegetarian, you could use cream of celery or something like that, soup instead.
Oh,
okay. But
it's kind of a binder.
Yes, and of course it adds flavor as well, but it is a component of this dish. And it's so funny how, we were talking, we're making Polish meatballs today, and of course you want to see the recipe. It's on Cavalcade food, just search for it, Polish meatballs. But that uses a cream of mushroom soup gravy. So, our mother's generation used canned soups a lot, didn't they?
Yeah, they were definite step savers.
You want to make a homemade cream soup, knock yourself out. You could certainly do that. Instead, you'd have to really thicken it up because remember, this is a condensed soup mix. So now we've got our potatoes, our onions, our cream of chicken soup. 1 8-ounce or 1 16-ounce, I should say, pound of sour cream.
Wow.
Now, you know, you put sour cream in anything, and you can just say success. So, I think this is why so many of us Polish guys love these potatoes because of the sour cream.
Oh.
And you do taste, you get a little of that tang. You know what I mean? From the sour cream.
Not to mention adding the creaminess to the cheese and the potatoes in the soup.
Right. Then you need 8 ounces of sharp cheddar cheese. So you can shred your own, or you can buy it already shredded. And there you go. Then, last but not least, let me get a little spoon here because my fingers are a little messy. We're gonna put some S&P in here to taste, and I kind of do it by sight. A little pepper. The soup delivers a lot of salt, so we don't need too much additional salt. But I do like to put a little black pepper in there.
Yeah.
Then we're going to mix this up.
The sour cream and the potatoes aren't seasoned, so
no.
So that's why it's okay to add a little salt.
I wish I even had a bigger bowl.
I was going to say, you are having to be very careful.
So this is going to take a minute because I'm going to have to do this really slowly.
He just doesn't want me to film him making a mess.
Right. Which, you know, a potato just popped into the toaster. So I will do this in a slow way. But let me just get this mixed, Ralph, and then we'll come back. We'll get it in our 9x13 pan and into the oven. It bakes at 375 degrees for an hour or so.
Got it. So, that was quick.
And it's still not mixed. But as I got to mixing it, Ralph, I realized, you know, it's the mixture's a little on the stiff side. What did I forget? Well, I'm going to tell you what I forgot. 1 stick of melted butter.
Oh, because it wasn't quite rich enough with all that.
With the sour cream and the so cheese. We got to put in the melted butter. 1 stick. This is unsalted butter.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so I'm going to put the recipe with everything below. And if you're like me and every once in a while you forget an ingredient, luckily I caught this in the right time. So no harm done. Now I'll go back to mixing. Let me know if you're an ingredient forgetter too. But now we're complete. So I'm going to go back to my slow mix of all the ingredients here for our potatoes supreme. We'll be back.
Go.
Okay, Ralph, I'm transferring our mixture, and I'm pretty proud of myself. I didn't make a total mess.
Good. And you didn't forget too many items.
No, just that darn butter. You know why? Because that butter was on the stovetop here.
It wasn't in full view.
No, it was. It was out of sight. So
out of sight, out of mind.
You know what they say, right?
Yeah, you know what I say.
What?
I used to think it was the lobster and the corn and the popcorn that I loved, but it was always really just the melted butter.
Those things are just the butter delivery system.
Yes.
We always say that. That's so true, Ralph. And if you notice, here's what I'm doing is I'm filling this 9x13 dish that has been sprayed with nonstick spray. You notice I'm just kind of layering it, putting it in. I'm not pressing it down, okay? Don't compact this. It will all cook together, okay? You want to kind of keep it on the lighter side. So just put it in here, like so.
And even if it looks like you're going to have an overflow or more than you need, or more than fits the pan, just keep going because it'll melt down.
Exactly. So I'm going to make sure you get all that good stuff. So I do try to spread it to make it even, but yeah, don't compact it down into the pan. Just sort of even it out. And like I said, it'll all meld in the oven.
It already smells good. I don't know if it's the cheese or the butter or the potatoes, but it's good.
Yeah. Actually, do you think you could open that door for me? Awesome. Okay, we're gonna put it in there, and then when it comes out, we will we'll put it in for an hour or so. Should be nice and golden on top, and it'll be bubbling around the edges. And then you want to let it sit for a few minutes when you take it out of the oven,
At least.
and let it rest and sort of tighten up, and we'll have our potato supreme. Ralph, it has been an hour. Oh my goodness.
Feels like an eternity.
Look what we got right here.
I hope our friends can see the bubbling and sizzling topping.
Yes. And you see that little golden edge?
Yes.
That's just what you want to see.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So, this is way too hot to eat. We're going to park it right there. And we'll come back and give it a taste test. Our potato supreme. Well, Ralph, let it cool. I'm going to grab a little spoon here. Let it cool. I'm going to take just... See, oh, I love that crust. Look at that.
Mm.
Now it's still warm, as you can see.
There's some special alchemy that happens when cheese gets crusty
Yes.
and,
Right.
toasted. Not too hot?
It's like my mom is right here.
Oh, how beautiful.
Wow.
Oh, you want me to try it?
Well, I'm going to get you a spoon. People get mad if you don't get to try it.
All right.
And I never say I've held out on you.
Okay, there's my hand.
Yeah, there you go.
Dipping in.
Dip in.
I'm trying to get that crust on the side, too.
I know, there. Just be careful, though, because it's still on the warm side.
Okay.
But it's creamy. The sour cream comes through. The cheese comes through. And then that onion.
I can smell it.
Yeah.
It's seasoned just right.
Yeah. Yeah. Isn't that delicious?
Did it have, you had pepper and salt, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can taste it.
Yeah. Just wonderful. Perfect with so many things. Ham especially good. So, potato supreme, cheesy potatoes, whatever you want to call them.
Stop in the name of cheese. You keep me hanging on.
So, anyways, we're going to enjoy this with our dinner, with our friends. It's what it's all about. Thank you for being a part of this one. We'll remind our friends, the website, Ralph, cavalcadeoffood.com. Recipe is in the description below the video.
So check it out and come back next time
Yep.
for more fun food and recipes from Kevin's wonderful kitchen, whether it's at the Cavalcade Studios or right here in his kitchen.
Or just here at home with friends and family. So everyone take care, be well, and we'll see you again real soon. Bye.
Bye-bye.